Welcome to this explainer. Look, today we're diving into the absolute foundation of your financial future, and it comes down to a really fascinating realization. Daily habits control your money, not your good intentions. We all want to be financially free, right? But just hoping to get there? Well, it just isn't enough. We really have to look at the automatic behaviors that are quietly running in the background. Okay, let's dive into this. If a high salary automatically makes you rich, then why on earth are so many high-earning professionals completely broke? Seriously, it's a phenomenon known as the salary trap. See, when you rely solely on a salary to build your wealth, you are fundamentally trading your finite time for money. And mathematically speaking, that is a game you simply cannot win over the long run. You've probably seen it. Corporate earners bringing in hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, yet they still find themselves living paycheck to paycheck, totally stressed out. Why does this happen to so many of us? Because intentions alone build exactly zero wealth. You might fully intend to save, you might intend to invest, but without concrete action, that high income just evaporates into lifestyle inflation. So this brings us to section 1, the intentions trap. And this brilliantly illustrates the problem. Salaries are great for providing a baseline, sure, but they have a massive hidden flaw. Your time is strictly limited to 24 hours a day. No matter how much pure hard work you put in, your active income always has a hard and visible ceiling. This is the real difference between the average earner and the truly wealthy. Active income means trading your finite time for cash. Asset ownership, on the other hand, doesn't require your physical labor to generate value. It's scalable. It's about systems making you money while you sleep. Real wealth comes from what you own, not just what you earn. Which leads us perfectly into section 2, the automatic habit loop. To actually make the jump from active income to owning assets, we've got to talk about human psychology for a second. The truth is, our willpower is highly unreliable. We get tired, we get stressed, and bam, our financial discipline just completely breaks down. Because willpower is such a limited resource, your brain creates defaults to handle your daily money choices. These habit loops run completely automatically in the background of your life, making rapid-fire financial decisions before you even realize what's happening. Whenever cash enters your life, it gets pulled right into this exact flow. And here's the thing, undirected cash always disappears. There are really only 3 potential outcomes in this money loop. You spend, you save, or you invest. Every single dollar you earn flows through this exact path, and your default habits are what dictate its final destination. Let's move to section 3, finding your financial leaks, and see how this actually builds. If your loop defaults strictly to spend, well, you're likely suffering from invisible costs that are secretly draining your bank accounts. Let's do a rapid-fire check here. First, those forgotten streaming subscriptions running quietly on autopay every single month. Sound familiar? Second, emotional spending. Did you know stress directly triggers retail therapy? It's because we're searching for temporary comfort. And finally, massive depreciating liabilities. I'm talking about things like a luxury car, which instantly drops 20% in value the literal second you drive it off the lot. That is just depreciating steel blocking your financial growth. So how do we actually plug these leaks? Well, we introduce a simple, highly effective behavioral circuit breaker. It's called the 48-hour rule, and it is designed specifically to stop impulsive emotional spending dead in its tracks, right before the money leaves your account. Here is exactly how it works. When you feel that intense, burning urge to buy a non-essential item, you force yourself to wait exactly 48 hours. At the moment of purchase, buying it feels absolutely urgent, right? Like you literally need it right now. But waiting 2 full days lets that emotional high fade completely. Your logical thinking returns, allowing you to ask yourself if you truly, genuinely need it. And usually, the answer is no. Boom, you've just protected your future wealth. All right, moving on to section 4, changing your daily defaults. Stopping those leaks is a fantastic first step, but to truly escape the paycheck-to-paycheck trap, you must actively reprogram your mindset. You have to change your automatic daily defaults. Let's look at the drastic difference here. The consumer default asks, what can I spend this on? Constantly trading cash for instant status and short-term comfort. The owner default, though, operates in a completely different universe. Owners look at their money and ask, what can I build with this? They are actively trading cash for compounding assets. So the crucial point is how this exact mindset totally dictates the flow of your money. The average earner's habit is to pay their bills, spend cash on their lifestyle, and then kind of just hope to save whatever tiny remnants are left over at the end of the month. The wealthy habit reverses this financial flow completely. They invest their cash first, and then they live exclusively on what's left over. Which brings us to an absolutely legendary rule of wealth building: pay yourself first. Honestly, this is quite literally the lazy way to guarantee you save money. By prioritizing your investments before you even pay your bills or buy groceries, you completely remove the daily temptation to spend it. Your wealth grows first, period. It becomes a non-negotiable part of your life. And that brings us to Section 5, automating your wealth system. See, relying on yourself to manually transfer that money every single month, it's still a recipe for failure, mostly because it requires active effort. Traditional budgeting fails because, like we talked about earlier, human willpower is a limited resource. Rigid financial rules always break down when unexpected, stressful life events pop up. And that is exactly why we must rely on cold, hard, automated systems that require absolutely zero daily motivation from you to function properly. So, this is what the ultimate wealth system looks like in practice. You set up automatic savings transfers, automatic investment contributions, and automatic bill payments. And you time them to trigger the exact day your paycheck hits your account. You just set this whole shebang up once. From then on, your wealth is building silently in the background with zero human error. And honestly, the absolute best part? Whatever cash is left over in your main account is yours for completely guilt-free spending. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how the 80-20 rule simplifies your entire financial focus. Basically, 80% of your long-term wealth results come from just 3 major levers: your career income, your savings rate, and your core investment strategy. Getting these 3 major pillars right and automating them speeds up your wealth creation so much faster than agonizing over every tiny little financial detail. Ultimately, it all comes down to your timeline. Average earners are stuck at day 1, right? They're thinking only in daily impulses and instant gratification. Builders look out to year 1, focusing on establishing those powerful automated systems. But the truly wealthy? They operate on a 10-year timeline. They use the decade trick. They understand that a simple 1% daily improvement in their habits will powerfully snowball into millions of dollars over time. It's like a giant compounding machine. We've seen exactly how our automatic defaults dictate our futures, so I'm going to leave you with this provocative question to ponder today. What is your money loop building today? Remember, every single dollar you earn is either building compounding assets for your future self, or it's disappearing into someone else's pocket. You need to take full control of those automated defaults today, because ultimately, your daily habits create final wealth. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep building, and I will see you next time.